What if I told you that a 14-year-old boy with no money, no electricity, no internet, saved his entire village from death, using only a broken bicycle and a physics book? This is not fiction. This is the true story of William Kamkwamba. And by the end of this video, you may never look at your own problems the same way again. This story video changes your life. William Kamkwamba was born in a small village in Malawi, a poor country in Africa. He was not a genius. He was not rich. He was not famous. He was just an ordinary boy, living in extraordinary hardship. When William was just 14 years old, disaster struck. A severe drought hit Malawi. Rain stopped falling. Crops dried and died. Rivers disappeared. Food became impossible to find. Families began to starve. Children dropped out of school. People died from hunger and thirst. William's village was slowly collapsing. William's family were farmers. They depended completely on rain to survive. But now, no rain meant no crops. No crops meant no food. No food meant no school. William was forced to leave school because his family could no longer pay the fees. For many children, this would have been the end of the dream. But for William, this was the beginning. William was curious, determined, and hungry for knowledge. Even though he could not attend school, he refused to stop learning. Every day he walked to a small local library. Most books were old and damaged, but one book changed his life forever. It is a physics book. William did not understand all the English words. He had never seen many of the machines in the pictures, but he studied the diagrams. He learned about energy, electricity, wind power, and then he had a thought that would change everything. If wind can make electricity, can electricity pump water? William knew one thing. If he could pump water from underground, his village could grow food again. No rain, no problem. But there was one issue. He had no tools, no money, no teacher, only scrap metal and imagination. William began collecting junk, old bicycle parts, scrap metal, plastic pipes, broken wires. People laughed at him. Some said, "This boy is crazy. What can a child do? This will never work." Even his family was unsure. But William kept going. He failed again, and again, and again, but he never quit. After months of effort, something incredible happened. William built a windmill, not from a factory, not from expensive machines, from trash. When the wind blew, the blades turned. Electricity was generated. Water was pumped from underground. For the first time in months, water flowed. With water, crops grew again. Food returned. Hunger decreased. William did not only just save his family, he saved his village. A boy who was once laughed at became a hero. Soon the world heard his story. William was invited to speak internationally, went back to school, studied engineering, inspired millions. His life story became a book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. And later this story was made film, a movie watched by millions around the world. William's story teaches us something powerful. You don't need permission to think. You don't need money to start. You don't need perfect conditions. You only need curiosity, courage, persistence. Your background does not define your future. Your mind does. If a 14-year-old boy in a drought-stricken village can change lives with a book, what can you do? With the resources you already have, stop waiting. Stop doubting yourself. Start now. If you like this story, like this video, share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for more powerful true stories, because sometimes one idea, one book, one decision can change everything.